Greetings, mathematicians. We're going to continue in our geometry unit, and we are going to discuss measuring segments today. But first, a few jokes. Uh, all right, let me get my computer set up here. All right, so I want to just review what a segment is. So a segment is going to be part of a line. It has two endpoints. And so the first term I'm going to go over is the ruler postulate. And a postulate is just a rule that we kind of accept without having to prove it. And so the definition of ruler postulate is the absolute value of the difference of the coordinates of A and B. Now, all you have to do today is draw the picture. So this is just an example of a segment AB, just this little part. And at point A, that ends up being at 2 inches. Point B ends up being at 5.5 inches. And so if we wanted to find what the length of segment AB is equal to, we can take the absolute value of 5.5 minus 2. And those little marks just mean inches. I just put a label on there. And we would get 3.5 inches. So basically what this means is then if I happen to take 2 minus 5.5, well, the absolute value of negative 3.5 is also positive 3.5. Distance in math is always positive. So that's what I want you to take away from that. So even if you type in the smaller number, subtract the larger number, and you get a negative on your calculator, just change it to positive. Distance is positive. All right, the next thing we're going to talk about is the word congruent. We're going to use that quite a bit in the future here. And so congruent just really means equal, or segments that have the same length. Now, all I did here is I tried to draw two pencils and just indicating that they are both 6 inches long. So hopefully you're a little bit better at drawing what a pencil looks like, probably compared to me. So just an example. So it's just two segments, same length. And remember, anytime during the video you need to pause to finish your drawings, feel free to do that. This one's going to be kind of short and sweet. The last thing is segment addition postulate. And now those points will be collinear. We've learned about that word on our first lesson. So collinear means that the points are all on the same line. So if B is between A and C, then you can add AB to BC to find AC. Now AC would be the length of the long part of the segment. AB is one little chunk and BC is the other chunk, and together they make segment AC. So I just made up an example here. So let's say AB is 3, BC is 8. And I just made a little equation there. AB plus BC equals AC. I substituted in the values. And we can see if we take 3 plus 8, that would give us 11, and that would be the length of AC. Now, I also want to give you an example because sometimes we have the length of the whole segment and one little part or chunk, and then we have to find the other part. So this time we're missing AB. We don't know what the length of that is, but we know that BC is 7. We also know that AC is 20. So again, I just set up an equation. We would know that AB plus BC would equal the length of the long segment. And so I substituted in. I ended up getting AB plus 7 equals 20. It ends up being a one-step equation. And so I just subtracted 7 from both sides. Just keep those equations balanced. And then I would have that the length of AB would equal 13. And if we substituted that back in, 13 plus 7, that does indeed give us the length of AC. Now go ahead and glue that in your notebook. And I think we have a big ideas assignment for you to complete now.